weapons. I'm going to take one missile blast, and hopefully it's not going to hit my weapons system. Or my shields. Shields aren't really good either, but not as bad as my missile system. Okay, we're good. So we're good now. That should be the only one we take, unless they dodge this. Yep, okay, so we pretty much have this fight now. I could have also targeted their piling system. That would work too. I'm not really sure why I chose that one. Yeah, it's kind of up to you. Some things to think about is their engines might have more than one level, so taking it out might still allow them to escape if they just have one power in it. Piloting only has one level. Well, no, it can have more than one level if you upgrade it. But it's probably not going to have as many as the high dodge chance, because they can get some large amounts of engines, but not this early in the game, they won't. Anyways, I find, yeah, it really depends which one you want to target. Okay, so I'm going to want to go to the exit, get what's ever here. I'm going to go ahead and sell all 6. I don't have a drone system right now, and I'm probably going to collect more drones before I ever do get a drone system. Now, I'm only going to really get to visit one of these, so let's just pick one, and then we'll warp back. So, no big deal. Okay, well, I could hire them to scout, but there's really not anything much left. Could hire them to delay. That might allow me to go visit another one instead of this, but I lose some scrap, and I wouldn't I'm pretty sure I wouldn't get 2. So I might as well just fight this guy. I don't like having to fight the mercenaries, but these guys are free scrap, so I may as well kill them. I'm not gonna pay for the chance that I might not get to get scrap. I probably would pay them if I had like half the sector, or if it was at the start of a sector and I had, you know, a bunch of more nodes I could visit. I think it does delay them a couple nodes worth, but yeah. Head back over here. So it can be worth hiring them, and it's also sometimes worth it to hire them as a scout, because then you can know where the stores are, you can know where there's probably ships, all sorts of great information, especially early on in the sector. I wouldn't recommend it late in the sector. It's kind of pointless at that time. Like right now, it'd be completely pointless. Okay, so there's nowhere else I can really visit. The fleet has pretty much extended as far as it can. Well, no, it can extend off this, which has happened for me. And I'm going to head back to the exit, and I'm going to have to fight one guy. Not a big deal. These guys are not too bad. They have 2 shields, so it's kind of annoying. But really not that bad. Doesn't have any missiles, actually, interestingly enough. Ah, I should have bought a 2nd level shield. Oh well. It would have probably been better for me before this fight to invested in another level of shield and probably another engine, or yeah, that would have been good. I'm going to try to do this without using a missile. They do have 2 heavy laser things and a good amount of firepower here. See, he just shot 2 whole lasers, and he's going to be able to pierce my shields and then hit someplace for 2 whole damage. My O2. That's not good. Okay, in this situation, it's not a good situation, really. I am going to get this guy out of the engine room, which means I'm going to lose 5 dodge, and then I'm going to vent this place. So, yeah, it's kind of dangerous because this is the O2 system. This is my oxygen system. Okay, so it's vented. I'm going to get both these guys back in here, and we're going to repair this. So we took a little damage. I probably shouldn't be repairing these guys in the middle of the fight, but I don't really care. This is not showing you good habits. I should have just sent them back to their stations, but I'm feeling a little overconfident, mostly because I'm disabling all their weapons right now. Should have sent them back to their stations and get them more training, and so I need to get my evade back on. And I took away some of my evade and sent it to the med bay. These are not good tactics. Not good. Okay, if I don't hit in this next one, I'll jump away. Because really the only benefit for me staying around is I might get 1 fuel from this guy. But okay, yeah. I am going to... yeah, I'm jumping away. We're going out of here. So we got the choice between a Zoltan-controlled sector and a Rock-controlled sector. Now, just general strategies here in terms of looking at the total system map. These hostile nodes are a little misleading. Some of them are going to be, like here, Rock-controlled sector, and that has specialized aspects about it. Civilian sectors are going to have hostile events as well. You're not going to be able to avoid them, but they're also going to have nice things that happen too. But for some ships, the Zoltan-controlled sector, like for the Basilisk ship, is terrible. They have a super shield in those places. The Zoltans have super shields. They're really hard to take down, and you need to take out the super shield before you can beam people over there. It's not a good situation. Anyways. But if you haven't unlocked any ships, which if you're just starting out this game because you just bought it, or you just got handed the key from kickstarting it, you are going to want to be unlocking ships. Now, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm going to try to not do any spoiling. Well, I'm going to do some spoiling, because if I start encountering the crystal quest, not the crystal, the secret, well, it is crystal, but the secret race quest, I'm going to start doing that, so tough luck. What was I saying? Yeah, general ideas in unlocking stuff. You're going to want each of the different races' home worlds are, like, some of them are civilian sectors, some of them are hostile sectors, and some of them are nebula sectors. So you're going to want to go to a couple different one of them depending on what you're going for. So there's no like right way. But if you're going for a specific one, there are, like, you'll be able to see ahead of time where to go to kind of maximize it. So if I was going for a place that has to be a green one, I would probably want to go to the bottom path, because if you see, I get the choice between I get the choice between 5, basically. So I can see this one, and I know, well, no, I get the choice between 6 if I go the bottom path. Like, if it's not this top one, then I don't take it. If it was the top one, I'd take it. So if it's not, I take the bottom one. And then I get the choice between these two. And if it's not that one, I could still just go there. And then if it's not this one, I'd get the choice between these two. And if it's not either of these, I could go up and head towards this one. But if I went this way, I'd be going towards one that's definitely not it, obviously, unless it is it. And then I get the choice between these two, and see, you'd only really get to look at 4 unknown ones. Anyways, so you kind of want to look at that. That might be a little confusing, but they're always the same. Like, the NG homeworlds is a civilian sector. It always is. So that's just something you want to keep in mind if you're looking for a ship that seems to be hinted at that it's somewhere in the NG homeworlds. It's a green one. So yeah, with that in mind, I'm going to go the bottom path, I think. Rock-controlled sector. Let's go. So I'm here. I've got 206. Let's take a look. Okay, so the quest is right there. There's probably going to be a store somewhere on this half of the area, somewhere around here. It's not in any of these 4 areas, though. Unless there's one at the quest, which I may go check out here. But I got 206. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait still a while. I like to hold on to scrap for a little bit until I know exactly what I'm doing, because I feel pretty comfortable in not just spending scrap, you know, willy-nilly whenever I need it. Okay. So this is another guy with just a beam weapon and this. So I'm really, really going to want to prioritize taking down this, because this, as long as I have my shield up, this is the only thing that can damage me. Like, well, this guy can remove my shields and then allow the beam, but if I can get rid of this, the beam's not going to be able to hurt me. It's going to deal some damage here, though, because... oh, it didn't time it well enough. See, they just don't time their stuff right. So with that down, I'll be able... well, they're going to repair it quick enough here, but with it down, I don't really need to fear this beam, because it's just going to go straight into my shields. Well, this is a pretty easy ship. Sad that it damaged me one. Probably wouldn't have if I'd had someone in my shield room. I like this music. It's very bouncy. Okay, so they're offering me some stuff, and I'm probably going to deny it. I'm not a very nice person. Oh, see? Yeah, they hit me. Ah, I have pretty good dodge is the problem. Yeah, I should be just keep taking down this thing. Ah, they're doing some way more damage than I want them to be able to be doing. Okay, so I think I got a little more scrap there, maybe not much. Okay, so there's no shop here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and invest in a second level shield and enough stuff to maintain it. It's going to allow me a lot more durability in fights and be able to allow me to withstand some tougher enemies without taking damage, really. I'm probably not going to upgrade to a third level shield for a good while. Two shields is really nice for a long time. So let's keep going, trying to maximize as many places as I can. So they have a laser and a beam weapon. Good to know. Really, if there's nothing special, I'm just gonna go straight for their weapons. And then once I've got their weapons... well, actually, I don't even need... I should have gone straight for their shields to make this go a bit faster, because they really don't have enough firepower to get through 2 levels of shields, really. Not much they can do. See, I should have been able to look at that situation and go, to speed things up here, I should just immediately target their shields, because there's really nothing they can do to me. These 2 weapons combined cannot get through 2 shields. They just can't. The rock ship has a special ability where it can resist stuff like that. It can resist some hits. It's like some percentage. Yeah. Okay, so we have a asteroid field. So this is, oh, and we've got a guy who's invading us. So we're gonna want, okay, so this is a situation that's going to kind of, there's gonna be a lot of distractions. So you've got the asteroid field is not something you really need to worry about. It's just gonna every once in a while take down 1 level of shield. Now the problem with this is they also have an ion blast. And so that's going to be taking down another level of shield. And then they have a beam weapon, and once my 2 levels of shield go down, it can basically take out a bunch of systems. So I need to kind of prevent that from happening. Nice thing is the asteroid field's also taking down their shields at the same time, so that's good. So if I manage to disable their shields, they're going to start taking damage in random systems from the asteroid field. Now, in addition to both those 2 things, we've also got this invading guy. Rockmen are pretty nasty. I I can handle him in the med bay, with the med bay turned on with a human, no problem. If I can get him in there, I'll fight him, no problem. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to deprive him of some oxygen. I don't have my door control system upgrade yet. That would be very handy, because it means he'd need to eat through some doors, and in the meantime, he'd be taking oxygen damage. Suffocation damage, basically. Which he did right there. Okay. No, he just gets to walk straight in. Jerk face. So I'm going to target their shields in the meantime. Not shields, they're weapons. Target weapons. Okay, so weapons are down. Not too much to worry about now, except for this guy. And I'm going to go ahead and target the shields so that the rocks will start damaging. And in the meantime, I'm going to micromanage this guy a little bit. And let's get him some repair. Okay, so he's starting to attack my weapons. And this one's going to be the first one to go down, so I'm not too worried. I'm not even using that one. And it's going to take a little while. I can see how long it's got based on this little bar here. So I'm okay. I thought I told this thing to start repairing. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this because it's not doing anything for me. Okay, so just before he takes this down, I'm going to get back over in here. I'm not going to make it. Yes, I made it. Okay. So, see, even with that one tiny little sliver left, it doesn't matter. I still have access to this one. So if I need it, I've still got it up. No problem. Not a big deal. And I think I should... let's just get this guy in here. There we go. Okay, so now, things about hand-to-hand combat. Now, this guy's very low health. You might be tempted to get him over here and start healing. There isn't any need, because this guy is in hand-to-hand combat with my other guy. I knew this would happen when I sent this guy over here. He was going to occupy the space with the person, and he's going to start tanking against this guy. So he's going to be taking all the damage, and this guy's going to be doing some ranged combat and just helping the fight. So he's going to make it go down faster. And he's not going to take any damage. If there was another guy in here, he could be attacking him. He could also be a ranged person, and then it'd be kind of randomly going back between damaging either one of them. But it's not. So now I'm free to just go over here and repair. No problem. Multiple problems. You just got to prioritize and figure out what you need to do. And that, and in this game, your friend is the pause button. Just hit spacebar and pause, think about things, strategize, figure out what you need to do. That's what it's for. Don't feel too bad about doing it. I mean, you might want to do some kind of specialized run sometime where you just don't use the pause button. That could be pretty fun and hilarious and amazingly hard and leave you dying at a star or something. But in the meantime, use it like a quick save. Just put it on pause and wait for a second, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, and think about what you need to do in the situation and what you need to take down. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off that, and let's go to the next sector. Let's go down here. Okay, so in this situation, we're going against a slaver. Now, in this situation, you have the option to pay, and you get a slave to join your crew, which can be easy if you're like, it might be a good idea if you're like low on health, or this guy has like a shield or more greater than you, and you know you're not going to be able to deal with him. But really, you can get a free slave from the. If you really need another crew member, you can get a slave from this guy really easily, no problem. Basically, by getting him to surrender, he will offer you. If you get him down to low health, he'll offer you a slave, and that's probably usually good, and you get one for free that way. So we might as well try to do that, because we only got 3 crew members. We got another system we could be training someone in, so we should be doing that. This guy's got a heavy laser and a beam weapon, so let's take that off auto fire. So we should be taking down weapons. Let's target that again. It looks like he's... Okay, so in this situation, you might look around and kind of try to figure out why he has this drone control. Why does he have this in this situation? Clearly he doesn't have a attack thing attacking us. He doesn't have a defense drone going around protecting him from missiles. He could have an anti-personnel guy. He doesn't have a border. There's no border guy coming over. He could have an anti-personnel, so if we invaded, there might have been something. But I think I saw this door open and then this door open when I damaged this. That means he probably has a repair drone who's coming out and is coming to repair this a lot quicker. So this is going to be up a lot quicker than normal because there might be a person here in addition to the drone repairing things. But you just got to keep that in mind and look for that kind of thing, because that can tell you a bit about what you need to be doing in a situation. See, look how fast that repaired, and then he goes back into his little room and sits there. Okay, so we damaged that a little more. I guess we'll shut down the drone control just so he can't quickly repair things anymore. Look how quick he can do that. Let's shut that down. So that's shut down. He won't be repairing anything anytime soon. So we're gonna take down the weapons again, and this is about, well, okay, if I hadn't missed, that is about when, if I'd hit both those times, that's about when they'd offer me a free slave. So let's do that. Should have taken down the shields, I guess. Okay. See, we surrender. Take one of our slaves as tribute. If you destroy us, they'll die anyway. Now, if I had a good amount of crew members, I might say surrender is not an option. It's kind of a terrible thing to do because you're going to be killing all these poor slaves who are in the hold of the ship. But I mean, you know, taking down a slave or two. Anyways, I try not to think about the morality of some of these decisions. Maybe I should, but I'm trying to unlock some ships here, guys. I don't want to be thinking about, you know, these heavy issues. I want to be killing guys with my Mantis, man. That's what I really want to be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and say accept the offer. They're going to give me a free slave. I didn't have to pay anything. So I'm going to do that. And hey, look, I got a Zoltan. These guys are pretty handy because they give her free power. But yeah, another thing you can do is against slaver ships, you can try to take out all the crew on the ship. This can be a good idea because there's a chance for an event, if you take out all the crew on the ship, that you'll get your choice of a Rockman, a Mantis, or a Slug, I think are the options. Maybe there's other options too, but you get your choice of one of them to join you. Or maybe it's like a Rockman, a Mantis, or an NG, or maybe it's random. But there's usually three choices, and you get to choose a specific crew member. That can be pretty cool too. That's pretty nice. Okay, so I got a Zoltan here. I have him in my shield room. So he's powering up my shields, giving me one bar, and he's also training. This is a pretty good place to send him. I also sometimes send them in the engine room. But yeah, they give an extra power bar, so they're very handy. They're just kind of fragile. They can't always handle missile attacks very well. So now I've got an extra reactor power to play around. I'll just stick it in there. Actually, I'm going to go ahead. Well, no. First, I'm going to look. Okay, so there's no shop nearby. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this twice. And yeah, put that in there. So now I've got a 30% dodge chance. That's pretty nice. And another good thing about this is with this higher evade, my engine and pilot guy are going to start gaining skills a lot faster. It's already a pretty small amount needed to level up. But with an increased chance, it's going to make those misses come faster, which levels them up faster. It's just a nice little feedback loop that makes them max out very quickly. Because once it goes to the next level, he gains a little more dodge, and so does this guy, which makes it easier to evade. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Kind of a little broken, really. Yeah, I'll go here, I guess. You find disabled rock transport floating in the Can you consider? Sure, we'll strip the ship. Cool. Oh, I've had that event before where it suddenly came alive, or maybe another rock ship came nearby or something. So yeah, that can definitely happen. So These events aren't written in stone just because, oh, okay. So I gained a drone schematic, anti-ship beam drone. It's a decent drone and some scrap. That's pretty cool. So I found a store. I'm not going to head there right away. There's still areas, little nodes to explore, so I might as well. So I find a rock ship docked with a damaged Mantis fighter. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, so we need our engines back, so let's get this guy over here. Take this thing down. It's got a missile and a heavy laser. We need to take down that laser system very quickly. Dang it. Damaging my... junk. Okay, I'm going to expend a missile to take down his weapons. Wow, okay. This guy has really good dodge, apparently. We really need to take down their weapons. So we... Oh, man. This is just crazy. Don't dodge it. Don't dodge it. Okay, there we go. Took it down. Let's aim for his... Let's take down his piloting. Because if I take down his piloting and he doesn't have an autopilot, that's going to take away all of his dodge chance. That's one good reason to target his piloting instead of engines. Because with engines, I might only take out a few of his engines, like he did with me, and then I'll still have some dodge chance. But with the piloting down, I think it removes all of the dodge chance unless they have an autopilot. Okay, we need to take that down. Again, should be easier when they can't dodge. Now they can dodge. Oh well. Well, I need one more hit. One more hit, guys. Ah, man. They just are repairing. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good. Let's get these guys healing. Not our best fight. Joel's my engine guy, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, no problem. Let's go ahead and head to the store. So we have more options here. We can fix our ship. We can buy some more supplies. FTL recharge booster. Drone recovery arm. A drone control. A crew teleporter. And cloaking. So these are all the main systems. I need to get them for that achievement. I need to get all 3 of these to be able to get that achievement done. I've also got some options for these augmentations. Now, these augmentations are very specific in their uses. The FTL recharge booster will help you in, as a use for me, it could be helpful if I found it randomly. I wouldn't just throw it away for scrap. I might throw it away for scrap at the very first shop I find, but it can be helpful in getting away from the fleet that's encroaching those ships quicker, where you won't take as much damage if you stayed and explored more nodes than you really could have been able to, and then have to head back to the exit. So that allows you to get past them much quicker with the faster FTL drive. It's kind of pointless to use it against other ships because you kind of want to be killing those other ships for scrap. Those elite fighters only give you fuel, so you might as well skip past them a bit. It could also be useful if you're going for a pacifist run or one of those other achievement runs where you just want to be able to run past everything really quickly. The drone recovery arm can be very, very useful in a ship like the Taurus, which has 4 drone slots. 4? Or is it 3? I don't know. Lots of drone slots. I don't remember. Or if you just have a lot of drones that you're using and not very many of these, this allows you to recover any drones that weren't destroyed during the fight and reuse them afterwards. So pretty handy. So I could invest in this, and that might be pretty cool. I could just start, spamming drones during every fight. That could be pretty handy. I wouldn't have to worry about missiles, because I think there's like a 50-50 chance I'd start with a defense drone or a system repair drone. But I am not going to risk that, I think I'm going to go for cloaking. I'm a big fan of cloaking. It's a pretty nice ability. Also going to repair. I'm not going to buy anything. I'm going to go ahead and sell this beam drone. Don't really need him right now. And I'm going to buy a extra power bar. Put that in the cloaking. Okay, cloaking. I'm pretty sure you know what cloaking does, but in case you don't, cloaking is a very handy ability. Cloaking basically supercharges your evade chance by a ton. It's like 60%, I think. Talk about it. Yeah, cloaks the ship, adding 60 to your evasion and preventing the enemy ship from locking on with their weapons. So it shuts down their weapon charge times. Anything that's flying through the air at you at the moment, like missiles, you now get a plus 60% chance. So if I used it right now, I'd have a 90% chance to evade everything that's in the air shooting at me right then. Pretty nice. And shuts down, their weapon charge time. And in the meantime, I can repair my ship. I can be charging my weapons. Very handy. Now, it's only for a very short time, especially the first level. I think it's only like 5 seconds. But yeah, 5 seconds. But I can increase it with further levels to gain a large amount of time. Now the problem is unless you get the stealth weapons augment, if you fire any weapons while you're cloaked, it immediately removes you from cloak and starts the recharge time on your cloaking thing. And in the meantime, you can't access the power that was used for your cloak and all that sorts of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and use this time. This might be boring for some of you, but I'm going to kind of give you my rationale behind a lot of these systems and subsystems and what they're good for.